what's going on, guys? It's Spyder here. This is basically going to be the first video on the channel. I've been waiting for something that's a little bit bigger, a little bit more of a wider scope that I can do for the first video. So basically, this is going to be a reaction slash photography channel. I'm going to lean more into photography a little bit in the future. As of right now, we're going to be a little bit more reaction based. So our first video is going to be a little bit of a sad video. Something you guys probably don't know about me, because this is the first video, is I'm actually a big X fan. I didn't actually become a fan of X until after his passing. So most of you probably already know, considering you clicked on this video, that X passed last year. He was murdered on June 18th. And since then, a few projects have come out. Skins, which I personally wasn't a huge fan of. It felt very unfinished. It felt hollow in the sense, not in the sense of it being like a shallow album, but it felt hollow, like it needed a little bit more care, a little bit more of touching to it. So that was a little bit of a sad project to listen to. Members Only 4 felt a lot more completed. It felt like it was missing a lot of X, considering it was relying heavily on every other member. X kind of came in on just a few hooks, but it was nice to hear him on those tracks. And this is going to be his last project, Bad Vibes Forever. So before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about X. Basically what X meant to me. So as you guys know, as I stated earlier, I didn't actually become a fan of X until after his passing. I started listening to him about a month after he passed. I personally am not a huge fan of like the whole SoundCloud rap scene, the whole like mumble rap, you know, thing, that this new era or wave that's going on. I've become a lot more open to it in the past year, especially after listening to someone like X. But I basically found X in a time where I was a little bit down on my luck. As you can see from the video, I'm clearly still overweight, but I was about 75, 80 pounds larger than I am right now. And I had just, this is gonna be a little strange to say on camera, but I had just asked like a girl out and got rejected. And then I was also like just recovering from homelessness. So I was at a state in my life where I wasn't exactly happy, you could say. And depression is known to run in my family, so clearly I was in a state. And X did help. Listening to his music, before listening to him and seeing his image, I just sort of always assumed that it was like this fake deep, that it wasn't honest. But after listening to him and giving his music a chance, it definitely did change my view on him a lot, and changed my view on music. And just one other small thing I want to state about him is just the overall backlash that he gets as a person is very understood and warranted. And I've had many conversations with many people about him and about his legacy and it being tarnished, and you know, with all the things surrounding around his name. My view on it is I very much do try to separate the artist from the music. It's hard to do sometimes. People like Kanye tend to get on my nerves a lot. It makes it hard for me to listen to some of his music, but at the same time, I do think it's warranted. But with that all out the way, let's just get into the review. This is XXXTENTACION, Bad Vibes Forever. Alright, track number 1 is Introduction. Let's see, let's get into this.
And it was just like as a kid, I'm confusion thrown into disarray. But it's like I really want to amount to something great. I ain't trying to, but I'm in the same sense. I'm trying to go there off energy. I'm trying to go there off effort. I'm not trying to go there off hardships and all that bullshit, bro. I'm just different, you feel me? I'm not with that torture, bro. I'm not with that, bro. To be appreciated and to be loved, bro. Let that assert yourself, bro. Let it be who you want to be. If I make my mistakes along the road, then that's my fault.
All right, so track number 1, introduction. It's a little bit of what I expected. I expected a speaking intro or maybe something along the lines of on Skins, the introduction track where it's like a robot speaking. And this sounds like it was maybe a voice memo or a video recording of him. This wasn't recorded in a studio. I can definitely understand what he's saying in this track. The idea and the pressure of wanting to be something is something I can very much attest to. That's something I kind of think about every day. Is, you know, what am I actually going to be? What's the impact I'm going to make? And the fear of not making that impact. So I appreciate this track. It's probably not something I will listen to very often, considering it's not a song, but it's a great introduction to this album. Hopefully we see a little bit of a theme within it that carries out that theme. But yeah, let's get into the second track. X Bitch. That's a name.
I just bought my ex, pull up on the next, like what's up, you
Wait, whoa.
Please open your life.
Pause. Whoa. Is this censored? Chill. Wait. Alright, I could have swore I heard in the introduction track them censoring him saying nigga, and I was like, what? You know, but I was like, oh, maybe he didn't say that. Maybe he was just, you know, whatever. But no, that was definitely the censored version. So let's get back into this.
From my ex bitch, pull up on the next bitch, like what's up, get neck bitch. With an attitude, know those schools was fucking you. Really mad a nigga was cuffing you. Really make a nigga uncomfortable.
Alright, I'm just gonna pause it for a second. This very much feels like a completed X song. I really hope the album carries out this feeling. The one thing I'm a little bit afraid of is I know that there's an obscene amount of features on this, which might tell me it's gonna just be a lot of hooks, maybe a couple verses thrown in, but the songs are probably gonna be carried by these other artists. The feeling of this song, I very much like the feeling of this song. I've always liked the feeling of that whole like guitar Shiloh Dynasty thing that he has going on with some of his tracks. So this is very much something I would listen to a lot. So my review of that track, it was good. That is kind of what I want out of this album. Hopefully we get a lot more of that. But let's just go into the next song. Don't want to make these reviews of each song a little like too long, because I don't want this video to be too long. Considering the album is 57 minutes, like, you know, it's gonna be a little bit of a long video, but we'll get to it. All right, next track, Ugly. Let's get into it. So once again, this sounded like a completed track. This probably isn't the kind of X song I would personally listen to, but I can see a lot of fans enjoying this song, and it's not a bad song by any stretch of the word, but it's just not my kind of music, but I do appreciate it, and I think it does sort of fit with the couple tracks I've heard so far, with Introduction, X Bitch, and I've already heard Bad Vibes Forever a couple days ago. I haven't seen the music video though, so I'll be reacting to the music video at the end of this video, or maybe in the next video. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and skip the Bad Vibes Forever next, and we're gonna go straight into School Shooters. That's all right.
Tell the principal I ain't got no principles. I don't need school, I got the bigger threat. Intellect mixed with inner stress. That's a recipe for disaster. If you don't believe me, go ask any chef.
I'm actually I'm not a big, but I'm a decent fan of new Wayne. I know a lot of people prefer old Lil Wayne. Me personally, I can't stand Lil Wayne's old music. The old music, it just sound like, I enjoy an early 2000s sound on certain occasions. Like all of Eminem's early work. Eminem's my favorite rapper, so all of Eminem's early work I love. Get Rich or Die Trying, one of the best rap albums, if not the best rap album to ever come out. And there's just, you know, quite a few old tracks that I'm into, but for some reason, old Lil Wayne, I just can't stand the sound of it. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the way old Lil Wayne sounds. But Dedication 6, that shit goes stupid hard. The Carter 5, great album. And you know, this track was this is a good track. You know, I fuck with this. I fuck with this. Now, some would probably find it a little insensitive, the title of the track. Me personally, I'm not someone that's like super easily offended like that. I kind of am a little bit against this whole cancel culture thing we got going on. So I guess I'm not really offended by the whole, you know, school shooter title. It's whatever to me. But yeah, that track was stupid hard. Fuck with it. Let's get into the next one, which is I Changed Her Life.
If you're trying to kill a nigga vibe, yeah. To the crib on the other side, yeah. She said, oh my god, I changed her fucking life.
Your name and
Better do it again.
Whoa. Niggas wanna kill me cause I'm rugged stone.
Rick Ross? That's definitely Rick Ross.
Wings on my whip, I got it correct. Murals and nips, reppin' for X. They wonder what William.
I'm not sure what wait, did he say mirrors for Nipsey? Records for X? I mean,
With the peanut butter inside, yeah. If you're trying to kill a nigga vibe, yeah.
yeah, I very much fuck with that track. That track's hard. I'm huge into his like his turn up music, so that was a good vibe. That whole song was honestly just a vibe, and I fuck with it. So far, I fuck with every track on this. Ugly was a little, you know, it's not my taste, but I don't dislike it. I don't think it's a bad song. So yeah, all right, let's get into the next track, Triumph. Another just simple guitar string. So I'm getting Changes vibes, and that's one of my favorite X songs. That song, I don't know, that song makes me emotional every time I hear it. That and Before I Close My Eyes. So this is definitely this might be my favorite track on here so far. So that was definitely, without a doubt, my favorite track on this album. That I don't know, that was just really great to hear. One thing I've always loved about X, I kind of view him as a little bit of a courageous rapper in the fact that he is very not afraid to wear his influences on his sleeve, in terms of just like dipping into other genres. He's one of the only rappers that says this whole I'm not a rapper, I'm a musician, or I'm a rock star, or whatever. Like, he's one of those rappers that I could say really was not just a rapper. He was a lot more than a rapper. Alright, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the next track. Does it say Limbo or LMAO? That says Limbo.
All alone in limbo, holding on to a cold hand. It's in the part of me you're hurt. It's in the part of me I know I need to shut my eyes.
I very much appreciate the sound of this track. It is very, very hard to mix rock and hip hop. And I say that because, like, it's not a hard thing to do, but it's a hard thing to do successfully. Eminem has only done it on a few occasions. My biggest gripe with the Revival album, I thought Revival wasn't as bad as people said it was, but my biggest gripe with that album, I hate the way Eminem mixes rock and hip hop. It just doesn't sound good. It's not pleasing to the ears. The only time I can think of right off the top of the head is Sing for the Moment. Sing for the Moment is one of his best songs. I absolutely adore that song, and he does it effortlessly on there. The same way here, this Limbo, this is a really good sounding track.
Over and over again, all that we do is pretend.
Alright, I guess my fear didn't live to fruition. The X did deliver a really nice part in that. It sounded like it was maybe just like 3 or 4 bars maybe that was just looped, but it sounded good. It sounded really nice. But yeah, those drum kicks and those 808s and that really like package this as a nice like hip hop rock sort of merger. So yeah. Next track is Before I Realize. So X was very much somebody who appreciated melody much more over lyricism or trying to pack as many words into a song. So I do kind of see this being something he would release if he was alive today. So that's why I'm kind of not going to criticize the lack of lyrical content in it. I remember he stated that for Question Mark, I believe. The whole idea behind that album was to try and pack as many themes and concepts with the shortest amount of words. And it's more about a feeling. So I appreciate that track. That was what's kind of bizarre to me is that these very much feel like they're consistent. I sort of expected this album to be a little bit all over the place. I think that the tracks that they had picked out for other albums were very specifically were a little bit kind of all over the place. Like Skins was a little bit all over the place. And I think the reason behind that was for this album. I think that they specifically chose all of these songs on here, on Bad Vibes Forever, that could be consistent, and then decided to use all the other ones for various other albums. But yeah, let's just get into the next track. Ecstasy. Is this that track with Miley Cyrus' sister? I forgot her name. Noah Cyrus, I think. I think that's her sister.
Funny. When I a big show with a pocket knife, such a wrist would get active right. Such.
Okay. So it doesn't sound bad, but this song is very clearly a phone memo. I have a feeling, or I have a very strong feeling, this was recorded on his phone. It was just a phone memo. Had no beat. I'm assuming that the beat was made to his vocals. It is a lot harder to design a beat around vocals than it is to just rap on a beat that's already created, or have a BPM that's already set. So this track it's not bad, but it's a little not sad hearing that, but I can just kind of tell that he was not rapping to this beat.
Shut it down and to take you outside. Seeking up a reason from the lonely. When it's over, you'll be golden.
Sort of my conclusion on the track, it sounded really nice. The vocals from, I'm assuming this is Noah Cyrus, the vocals from her were really good. The production on this track was really good. It's just a little bit sad hearing X not rap to the BPM of the song. I'm guessing that this was just not recorded to this beat or to a beat. But it still sounded nice. This is something I would definitely listen to often. But yeah, let's hop into the next track. The next track is titled Kill My Vibe. Kendrick?
Yeah, you gon' die, yeah. It's on ice, ain't nice, smoking price, yeah. Smoking riot, I'm lying, I've been that nigga like this on the.
So, immediately, I already know I fuck with this. This shit's kind of hard. Yeah, this is the type of track. This is it. I plan on buying my first car within the next like 6 months to a year, and this is the type of shit I would bump in the whip. This shit goes hard.
Trapping and swiping the visa, stacking and flipping, you know the procedure. Right, shaking like a seizure. Tell you about it, but we don't believe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That verse is kind of hard. Was that Young Thug? I can't actually. I'm on YouTube right now. I have this playing on a computer on YouTube, and it's not saying the features, which is kind of annoying me. And I'm guessing that was the Young Thug feature because I remember there being a Young Thug feature in the track list. I think. Hopefully I'm not fucking up right now. Let me just Google this. All right, so apparently that feature was Tom G. I don't know who the fuck Tom G is, but that nigga slap. I might have to pull him up on Spotify. Like, yo, he was kind of hard. And I was right about Ecstasy being Noah Cyrus, and on Limbo it was Kill Station, which this whole time I thought Kill Station was just a producer, but I guess he's, I guess that nigga sings too. So next track is Hot Gal featuring Tory Lanez and Mavado. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, we're gonna get right into it.
I'ma make the pussy in the sun.
So this was exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting like a royalty-esque, like a little bit like a Jamaican track, but this shit slaps. I could easily see this playing at a party. You already know how them Jamaican parties be, so not more needs to be said about that.
She want the and I me one habit. She addicted like a coke addict. If she fuck the jazz, she call me King Johnny.
The minute I saw that on the track list, I was like, oh, that's a Jamaican track, lit. But yeah, that was good. Is it just me? Or does I feel like the whole point of Jamaican music is to just make you horny. I feel like Jamaican music is just fucking music. That's next track. Next track is Only Time I Feel Alive. First half of the track is the beat, that bass hit different, and yeah, I kind of hate how much of a sucker I am for sad boy music now. I wasn't huge into it before, and then after I started listening to X, like, this type of shit actually hits different. So yeah, I really like the track. This is probably something I would listen to often. Honestly, all these tracks, excluding just one or two, are something that I would easily throw on my playlist. So I fuck with this. Interlude that never ends. So I'm guessing we're about halfway through. We're at the halfway mark of the album, and so far I've been fucking with just about everything. So yeah, let's get into that.
Long time, she's been waiting in the dark for a long time. She's been waiting in the dark for a long time.
I don't know, this one definitely feels like a track that was either unfinished or was not really meant to be a track. This is probably so far my least favorite out of the group. But once again, it's not really a normal song, it's an interlude. It's supposed to lead you into the second part of the album. So I guess as that I do appreciate it. But this probably isn't something I would come back to very often. Next track is Demons? Featuring Joey Badass and Kemba. Never heard of Kemba. Yo, this sounds like Joey would kill this. Joey kills these kinds of beats.
Suffer was planning to cut his tongue out and hammer fucking nails in the skull. Couldn't see what, just my vision was dope.
So this definitely sounds like a voice memo, but it flows to this beat really well. The way I can tell it's a voice memo, it doesn't sound like he was in a studio rapping to a mic. It sounds like he had his phone up to here and was rapping like this. So it's once again a little bit sad to hear that it wasn't like a fully polished track, but at the same time it has the energy to it. And yeah, that Infinity 888 energy.
Slow dancing with the devil in the burning room, two-stepping
been doomed since we was pulled out the womb. That's alright, okay, alright.
Now the niggas that helped you look for it had did it. This is just me paying addiction. These niggas took my amphetamine, ketamine, edibles, and a bean. Niggas stole my denim jeans, then the thieves, DVD, literally anything. Food I bought from the vending machine. Credit card crack any door like 10 of the keys. Niggas even took credit for the man I would be.
That was nice. That was kind of hard. The way, my views on this track, this last dude, I forgot his name, Kemba, his part sort of seems out of place. Here's the weird part. He sounds really good on the track. If this was his track and it was just him rapping, I would really, really fuck with it. But alongside X and Joey, it doesn't sound like cohesive, if that makes any sense. He just brings a completely different energy than these two niggas, so it's like, I don't know. I appreciate the diversity, but it's just not the same energy. Next track is Attention! Exclamation mark. We already know about these exclamation mark tracks, so yo, I'm expecting a banger on this one.
Attention, attention. When you see me, please say attention. When you see me, please say attention.
Sounds really good. Yo, this is a really good turn-up track. I don't know, bro. Alright, it's official. I'm going to an X-Wave again. I've had a couple X-Waves where it's like, I basically listen to X like every day. For like a month at a time. And, I haven't had one in I've had like 2 or 3. Haven't had one in a while. But after hearing this album, I'm without a doubt going into an X-Wave again. Next track is Eat It Up.
Eat it up, 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 eat it up. It look like you need a steak, bitch, you need to gain some weight. So houses do real estate. Your father, on your grandfather, on your father's father. Pull up.
Father's father. That show's kind of hard. I've never been a huge fan of like the hold on, like kind of like flow that he has, but I don't dislike it. I mean, it's still good. I just prefer some other flows, but like I would definitely listen to this. This is without a doubt a playlist. So next song is Voss featuring Sauce Walker. Sauce Walker. Where is he getting these niggas from? Who are these niggas? Like I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but like I've never heard of Sauce Walker.
From the south, yeah. If the bitch get some money bag with some booty, I'ma pop her off, yeah. If I ever hear a rumor that you niggas plotting, I'ma knock you off, yeah. Boo bag.
Water like boss, hey, my dumb ass water like boss, hey, water like boss, hey,
That was good. I like that. I fuck with that. Once again, another playlist. I'm starting to find it weird how like finished this project sounds. I very much expected to come away with a Skins feeling where it almost felt unfinished, but like aside from just a couple small tracks that sound like their voice memos, this seems like something X would release. Like if he was alive today, this sounds like something he would come out with. So I don't know. This it's a little bit bizarre to hear, but I'm enjoying it. This has been really good so far. Next track is Royalty. I've already heard Royalty. Royalty's a really good track. Once again, another Jamaican track, and once again another vibe, another fucking track. Song is Won't Grow Old or I Won't Let Go. I wonder if that's similar to I Don't Let Go off Skins. Sometimes I don't let go. So I wonder if that would be similar to that. But yeah, let's get into it.
Now I put the blade down, now let go. Oh, I won't let go.
So I didn't mention the song features Jimmy Levi, and they're both coming with incredible vocals right now. The harmony that they're doing in this, what seems like the last hook, yeah, this is really nice. And oh, I called the track "Won't Let Go." This or no, "Won't Grow Old," and it's called "Wanna Grow Old." And that just made this track a lot sadder. That actually, yeah, that made that really, really sad. You know, considering X's fate and how he was the right to grow old was taken away from him. So that's really sad. All right, the next track is Heart Eater. I've already heard Heart Eater. Very good song. Once again, I'm very into the super just melodic, simple guitar string X. So Heart Eater was a very good song. We're getting into the last 4 tracks. After Heart Eater comes North Star Remix. I think was North Star off of Revenge. I think. I can't really remember, but we'll see. Featuring Jonah Lucas.
I'm on living life, life's on and let me be, feel it in the feet, that much of my teeth, talking cheap, walk high piece, what the nigga say here, wanna fight beat, so I'm a soul, living life, life's on and let me be, feel it in the feet, that much of my teeth, talking cheap, walk high piece.
All I have is ramen noodles with a little iced tea. Now my life's like a movie, motherfucking Spike Lee. I just want to get married to my wristwatch, yeah. Niggas get buried in the sweat knot, whoa. Shorty think I'm married, but my dick's not, I ain't getting married to my dick drop.
Shorty think I'm married, but my dick's not. I ain't getting married to my dick drop. And then he also had a bar mention in my life's like a movie, something Spike Lee. Do the right thing, boy. Do the right thing. Sounded complete. Sounded really finished. I'm pretty sure since it's a remix, it was made a while before his passing. So, yeah. This is so far, man. These tracks, like I don't know. It's been really good. Next song is Chase / Ghost Shards featuring, how the fuck do I say that name? Ichabod Veins. Maybe the I is silent. Ichabod Veins. I don't know how the fuck to say that name. Nope, not even gonna try.
He's grabbed his bag, and from our vantage, there's no one around him.
To the reaper, seeing spirits when I'm sleeping, like I'm creeping with the demon shadows walk through the flame. You know, can't hold in my hate, no slave for the peso, middle finger floor. Handed the free feet, kids to the teens, and the trust police, but the bus.
All right, second to last track is Numb the Pain. There are no features on this. Let's just hop straight into it. This once again, the simple guitar string. This almost sounds like a younger X. Maybe his vocals are just pitched up a little bit, or it's just the way it was recorded. Once again, this sounds like a voice memo kind of thing. But yeah, this is definitely something I would come back to. All right, so we reached the end of the album. This is the last song. It's All Fading to Black, featuring Blink-182. Yeah. Little afraid to hit play on this. Just knowing that this is the last X song I will ever hear, or the last new X song I'll ever hear. But yeah, let's dive into this. That sounded beautiful. Yeah, I think it was a very good idea for them to have this be the last track. That just sounded amazing. I don't know. Now I'm kind of emotional right now. I'm kind of just knowing that this is it. This is the end. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. Very weird feeling.
Everything was perfect just an hour ago. Will you
Take a second to process that. That was a really good last track. I love how much passion you can tell he's putting into his vocals. You could tell. I don't know. It's just that was just a really good track. That was a great, that was just a great way to end. Yeah. So in conclusion, this album, this was actually a really good album. I honestly did not go into this expecting to love this project as much as I do. This is to me, this is almost as good, if not as good as Question Mark. And Question Mark is one of my favorite albums ever. So I guess this video is coming to an end. Last few words. I guess I just want to say goodbye to X. This is probably like one of the last X videos I'd ever make. The only one and last one. If I could speak to X right now, I'd basically just thank him. Thank you for just creating good music, but also thank you for helping me out in a time where I needed the help. I guess I would just thank him for putting his emotions on a track that could help me deal with my emotions, and in a way that I didn't think I would be able to, which is just just listen to music. So I guess goodbye, X. This is the last body of work. We'll miss you. This has been Spyder. See you guys later.